It's been crazy. It has been crazy.
I said, we were talking about the clock up there.
Yeah. All right, I have 6 o'clock. I'm going to call this meeting of the Board of Aldermen to order. If you would, please recite the pledge with me.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Alderman Davidson.
Present.
Alderman Franklin.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Present.
Alderman Cheney.
Present.
Alderman Milner.
Present.
Alderman Fouch.
Present.
Alderman Dorhoff.
Present.
Alderman Mills.
Present. Can hardly hear you.
Thank you, sir. Mayor's Aaron.
Present, thank you. We have a quorum. We have no ceremonial matters this evening. No public participation was submitted?
No, sir.
Nope. And we'll move along to the approval of the minutes for the Board of Aldermen regular meeting, August 19th. Those were in your packet.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Alderman Cheney with a second from Alderman Milner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, those stand as written. Next, we have the Board of Aldermen work session minutes, August 19th.
Make a motion to approve.
I second.
Motion from Alderman Davidson with a second from Alderman Franklin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those stand. First up, agenda items. We have a public hearing, 2024 tax levy. I'm going to open that public hearing. Jeremy.
So, good evening, Mayor and Board. This is the continuation of the agenda item from last time, modifying the tax levy. The state did accept the results from the last meeting where we elected to go back and bring the tax levy to current. That was not without a little bit of hassle. They actually wanted a second ordinance for both, but then they accepted it based on the fact that it was actually listed in there. They just, as I said before, they won't tell you what your path to success is. They just say, yeah, try it, and we'll see if we'll allow it. But they did allow it, and so this brings the levy to the current recommendation from them. There is a reminder, the change to the valuation of personal property that did go down several $1 million based on the county's change in the way that they're valuing automobiles. We shouldn't see a significant difference. That was evened out by the higher rate for real estate. If you have any questions?
Questions? And this is a public hearing, so is there anybody present that has anything they would like to say on this? Okay.
And we do need to pass this as quickly as possible because we are technically already past the county's deadline, but they did say they would accept it.
I read that, it was September 1, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to close the public hearing on that. Thank you, Jeremy. And like you said, that's going to be our next item here, a two-time reading on Council Bill 51.
Council Bill 51, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville, levying a tax for the current expense of the City of Harrisonville, Missouri upon real property and all tangible personal property of whatsoever nature and character subject to taxation by the City of Harrisonville for such purposes. Also levying a special tax upon the aforedescribed properties for public parks for a total tax levy of .6367 cents.
All right. Yep, they got to vote for a second reading. I'll entertain a motion.
To suspend the rules and take it to the second reading. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and take it to the second reading.
Second.
Got a motion from Alderman Cheney with a second from Alderman Davidson. Roll call, please.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch,
Aye.
Alderman Franklin,
Aye.
Alderman Dorhoff,
Aye.
Alderman Milner,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Mills.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Second reading.
Council Bill 51, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville levying a tax for the current expense of the City of Harrisonville, Missouri upon real property and all tangible personal property of whatsoever nature and character, subject to taxation by the City of Harrisonville for such purposes, also levying a special tax upon the aforedescribed properties for public parks for a total tax levy of .6367 cents.
All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Dorhoff,
Aye.
Alderman Milner,
Aye.
Alderman Franklin,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Mills.
Aye.
All right, thank you. So Council Bill 51 is now ordinance 3705. Next up, we have Council Bill 52. This is an administrative ordinance.
Council Bill 52, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville amending the operating budget for the City of Harrisonville, Missouri for the fiscal year January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024, and establishing an effective date.
All right, Jeremy, back to you.
Good evening again. So unfortunately, we had two unexpected expenses prop up in here in the last 2 weeks. One of those is the wheel loader at the street department is struggling and needs the motor rebuilt. It is a 2014, but this is a piece of equipment that they use daily. And so that is year-round, this is their go-to piece of equipment. And so the estimate for that is about $43,000 to cover the engine rebuild. The price to replace is $180-ish, but we haven't got those quotes. The second was the fire suppression system at the police department dispatch and server room was set off, and that had to be recharged. That is a pretty significant cost, and so we have already initiated that because the worst time to have a fire is when your fire suppression system is not in working order, and so that is the other item that you see on.
All right. Any questions for Jeremy?
So the rebuild, I assume, comes with some kind of a warranty?
I believe it's a year.
1-year warranty.
A year? Is it?
That's, I think that's normal for most rebuilds on anything. is
Yeah, in
a-
a situation where, you know, if money were no object, certainly we would buy a new loader. The problem is that they also said this was kind of trade value about $60,000 before the expense of rebuilding the engine. Afterwards, it has about $10,000 value. So once we make the repair, then eventually down the road, when we do trade that in, it will still retain at least some of its value instead of just being a scrap.
Unless the engine breaks again.
I need a little good luck going on right now.
I know these are things that we have to have, but where are we budgeting the money from? Is it
So this would be coming from fund balance. This would be pulling from the same.
general fund?
Yes. Yeah, and these are both general fund expenses. I wish I had a better option. I don't have another account to pull these from.
But you're the one that's supposed to have the better option.
Yeah.
I brought a solution to the problem.
Is the-
A solution.
Jeremy, how long does the rebuild take?
I want to, it kind of depended on when we got into their schedule. So it is not dead as of yet, but at the last maintenance, they said, this engine needs rebuilt before it leaves you. And we don't want to get into a situation where we need it because it's what they use to load salt into the plows. So we don't want to get into a situation where we're in winter. So this is still a little bit preemptive, but it needs to be done.
I don't know that I heard exactly what he asked. How how long does it take to rebuild?
That I don't know.
Hey,
I
can
would
you have him put his mic
probably
up so Bill
weeks,
can hear
depending on
him?
parts availability.
Oh, sorry, Bill.
I was gonna do that on my way back.
You should have done it on your way out, that way.
There goes the Christmas party.
Yeah. Our bonuses.
Yeah.
Bonuses.
Any other questions for Jeremy on
We
that?
don't get those.
All right, this is an administrative ordinance.
Make a motion to suspend the rule and take it to a second reading.
Second.
Okay, got a motion from Alderman Dorhoff to suspend the rule on Council Bill 52, take it to a second reading with a second from Alderman Turner. Roll call, please.
Alderman Dorhoff,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch,
Aye.
Alderman Franklin,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Milner,
Aye.
Alderman Mills,
Aye.
All right, second reading, please.
Council Bill 52, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville amending the operating budget for the City of Harrisonville, Missouri for the fiscal year January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024, and establishing an effective date.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Dorhoff,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch,
Aye.
Alderman Franklin,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Milner,
Aye.
Alderman Mills,
Aye.
All right, thank you. Council Bill 52 is now ordinance 3706. Alderman and committee reports. Thank you, Jeremy. We'll start with Alderman Milner.
I have nothing.
New start of the school year and nothing.
Just pay
Man.
attention to the kids.
It's going to be a good year.
Yeah, it is.
All right, thanks. Alderman Dorhoff.
I don't have anything this evening.
Thank you. Alderman Fouch.
Same here.
Good. Alderman Turner.
Nothing.
Man, we're giving the administrator a lot of time. Alderman Mills.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Davidson.
Bring up a kind of a bad subject, but I think it needs to be addressed. Want to take a moment to let everybody know that we should be thinking of our law enforcement. Officer Felicia Carson from the Osage Beach was killed in a car pursuit Saturday morning, and she left behind, she was 33 years old, left behind 6 children, and her husband's a deputy. So they're obviously going through some hard times. The reason I bring this up, not only is that because I get every officer that's killed in the line of duty across the United States, but also this was on the 31st. August 28th, a bill went into effect. It's called Valentine's Law. This individual that was being pursued, and I wish Dennis was here because I'd love for him to be able to publicize this in a paper. Maybe he will. Don't know why necessarily this individual that was a young gentleman was being pursued. However, whatever he was being pursued for, unless it was for homicide, now he has committed a Class A felony in the state of Missouri. You can read up on what the seriousness is of, but what I want to impress upon people is if you get pursued by officers now, there's going to be some teeth in it. And obviously, I spent many years in law enforcement. My son is in one, has been many in pursuits. Don't want to see him or anybody else injured or killed because of a pursuit such as what happened to Felicia. So you might think about twice about fleeing because there's going to be some teeth into if there's, well, substantial risk to serious physical injury or death, actually causes physical injury. It can be upgraded from a Class D felony all the way to a Class A felony if someone's killed as a result of that pursuit. So whatever he was being pursued for, now he's facing the highest penalty in the state, a Class A felony. That's all I've got.
Yep, no, good point, thank you. We have a lot of those in Cass County.
Absolutely.
There's a
we do.
lot of car pursuits in Cass County, for sure. Alderman Franklin.
First of all, the doggy dive that we did last Saturday was fun. A lot of people brought their dogs, they had a good time. I think we had 27, 28 that registered when they went through, so sold some hot dogs and the dogs had a good time. So I think we'll probably be doing that again in the future, but we had entertainment there. Everybody loved the band, so it was a good time. And fortunately for us, the weather held off. We weren't bombarded with a lot of wind and rain. I noticed that after everybody was cleared down and everybody was at home, then the winds picked up and the temperature shot up about 20 degrees. So I'm glad that we were able to get that in and over and done with before that happened. Thursday, September the 12th, the Dog Park Committee and members of the Parks and Rec Department will be out at Culver's. We're going to be doing a fundraiser for the shade structures for the dog park, and that is from 5 to 8 p.m. So bring the kiddos out and come out and enjoy a meal with Culver's and help a good cause in the process. And then this Saturday, next Saturday is the final day for Junk in the Trunk, and Farmers Market goes through the month of September. So Junk in the Trunk will be there. We've got some craft things we'll be doing with the kiddos, so come on out and enjoy. And like I said, it'll be the last one for Junk in the Trunk. And then Harrisonville Animal Shelter for Friends will be doing a cornhole tournament in October. It will be on Saturday the 19th, and it will be from 9 a.m. in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that is, the funds for that will be going to an isolation structure out there for when we have parvo outbreaks or there's any type of disease outbreak, to separate the healthy dogs from the ones that are not. And like I said, that will be October 19th. We've got Depot Dog Express food truck will be out there to serve everybody lunch, and come on out. And if anybody has any questions, I'm the contact person. You can give me a call and I'll answer your questions the best I can. Another thing I wanted to say is congratulations to Dylan Gardella. I believe he is a new police officer here in Harrisonville. He's a Harrisonville High School alumni, and he has recently joined the force, so I wanted to welcome him as well. So, that's it.
Thank you, Alderman Franklin. Alderman Cheney.
Your Honor, I have nothing to add as well.
All right, thank you, sir. We will turn it over to the city administrator for his report.
Airport runway construction is moving really quickly. Actually discussing about having the third phase and the second phase time period because they're moving along that quick. So we're hoping to see that project will get wrapped up sooner rather than later. Can't say that for South Service Area Sanitary Sewer Project. They're still way behind and still looking at liquidated damages every day on that project. The Oakville Sanitary Sewer Project is completed, and they added a new west end manhole to that project, and so thankful Mr. Power stepping in and getting that completed. Royal Street Project, we still can't announce it. We're waiting on MoDOT. The last thing they told us is they're meeting on September the 12th. In that meeting on September the 12th, they will be considering those approvals. I did speak to someone last Friday. Can we at least ensure on the 12th when they meet that they are going to give us a direction so that on the 13th at least we can start moving forward? And he said he would work to try to make that happen. So I don't know how much more to push on that, but it's just kind of hit that wall. Ash, Beckerdite, and James projects, DNR has recommended all three of those projects to be bid out in September, and then getting those bids in October. So we're working to get those projects out for bid. South Main Street, the staff did measure measure the west side. At the most, 2 cars more on that west side if they were really small cars, and so there wasn't enough to override the fire hydrants and the turn radius, and so those signs went up because there wasn't enough parking on that side. Then the asphalt Millen Street overlay project, hopefully starting in the next week and a half on that project, and getting it done before The plant's closed down. At your next meeting, we'll have the swearing in of the new chief that night, as well as the new officer. Right before then, it'll be pinned before the chief is sworn in. But we're glad that he'll be coming aboard, and looking forward to having him on the team. Similar to the Valentine Law, our officers, the day it went in effect, actually had someone run from them and ended up being apprehended and charged with the new statute. So here in Harrisonville, we already utilized that law. Then there was a discussion about speeding buses at your last Alderman meeting. And so at the CARES meeting, had the head of the bus, Eco Ride bus right there, brought that up to him. He said, all you need to do is call them. There's a GPS on every bus. Lets them know how fast they're going, how quick they stop, how fast they accelerate, all those things. And so if you got a complaint about a bus going through your neighborhood too fast, all you gotta do is call them, and they will look it up and see what that bus driver was doing and driving. So shouldn't be an issue if you wanna call in on it. Lord's Park, staff did a great job on the stone stairs. If you've seen some of those stones that were put in on the steps going up there on the disc golf. And they also, signs, staff removed stumps in addition to trimming and contractors in City Park, so you're seeing more work in City Park. Lastly, Cedar Crossing, staff submitted comments to the developer, awaiting resubmitted plans from them. We're expecting hopefully this week that'll come in, and that's the former Glen Eagle development. That's the Cedar Crossing, 203 single-family houses and 24 duplexes. With that, Mr. Mayor.
All right,
That's all I
thank
have.
you. I don't believe we have anybody from the media here, so with that, we'll entertain adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Hang on, Marcy?
Is it my turn?
Yes, yes.
I make a motion to adjourn to closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.0212, leasing purchase for sale of real estate.
Second.
We'll go to conference room real quick.
Okay. Yep, so motion from Alderman Milner, second from Alderman Davidson, to take us into executive session. Roll call, please.
Alderman Milner.
Aye.
Alderman Davidson.
Aye.
Alderman Cheney.
Aye.
Alderman Franklin.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Fouch.
Aye.
Alderman Dorhoff.
Aye.
Alderman Mills.
Aye.
Okay, and we will adjourn to executive session into the conference room. So we can all head over there.